Hello, everyone. Well, if you've been in our church building lately, you know that the transformation of the gathering space, the hallways, and fellowship hall with lights and painting has already begun. Here are a few pictures of what has been happening around here. We look forward to those changes and other ones that are coming our way to continue to enhance our building and make it a welcoming station for our mission together in Christ. We continue our journey toward the cross of Christ, a reminder of our Wednesday evening services and upcoming Holy Week services, details of those of which will be shared. We continue to pray and lift up our music director, James. He continues to recover from that broken shoulder and is making now some good progress. So we look forward to him continuing that process, and not too far down the road, hopefully we'll be back at the organ bench and with us. One thing I wanted to address today about our worship practices is that recently with the CDC guidelines we made masking optional, and some have asked other questions about some of the other protocols we have done for making worship, like sitting in pods, ropes on pews, individual communion chalices that are picked up, no bulletins, no passing of the peace, no passing of the offering plate, things to minimize movement, open doors, and there is a bunch of things that actually I'm not even mentioning here that we have put into practice in the height of the pandemic to practice hopefully the best way we can to keep everyone safe. Well, now that those guidelines have been shifted and we continue hopefully on this way out of a pandemic in terms of the widespreadness of it and the danger of it, some are asking, well, why aren't we doing this, or why isn't this back? And basically the answer to those questions is that we're taking it very slow, deliberately. For some, it is still about a comfort issue of coming back and being around other people, and removing the request for masks is even of itself a big one for many folks who need and want to continue to wear them for their own precautions. I can tell you that some of the other things we're doing with sheet music and communion stuff and bulletins is being discussed, but we're just slowly moving through that, and it is kind of random, some of the things we are changing, and I'll be the first to admit that. But the purpose behind it is just to not move fast in case something go backwards and we have to go backwards on all this stuff again, but we'll slowly move forward to what that new normal is going to look like. We're in no big rush to get there in terms of that, because we know we're sort of not back to quite normal yet. But I'm hopeful in these coming months, as summer comes upon us, we can begin to evaluate which things to bring back, which things to bring back differently. Like now that we have the screens, do we need to bring back a full bulletin? Or what about the practice of communion and practice and passing the peace? All those things are probably going to shake out to some type of new way. And so we're going to move deliberately, cautiously, and slow to get to that new point. Basically, I believe and hope by the return to full strength this fall and September, we can have most of those things figured out and be ready to go. But no, in the meantime, we continue to tweak these things, but we'll do so sort of as we come to each one and cross those bridges slowly. Again, thanks for your patience through this as we navigate our way back to this new normal on the other side of the pandemic, hopefully very soon. As we also journey toward Holy Week coming up, a reminder that there are forms out there for those who would like to purchase flowers for those events as well. One more update today. On February 15th, I did a midweek video in which part of the content was asking people to give some prayer and consideration to perhaps thinking about donating an organ. There's more information in that video, but it is for one of our youth, one of our high schoolers here in our congregation, Jacob Kordiak, who's been a participant, a confirmand of ours, who is in need of that kidney, and they are hoping to get a living donor for that to give him the best future course of health that they can provide. So if that might be something you would like a little bit more information on, please do not hesitate to contact me. There's information in the Insight newsletter as well. We continue to hold that family up in our prayers as well. In the meantime, let's hope that spring is soon here to stay. And as always, take care, dear church.